everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm not obscure. It's me here. We're back for some more Punishing Gray Raven. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? I hope you all doing well, because I certainly am. But yeah, super excited to be back, because we're here with a new patch has just dropped. New Teddy's just dropped. So yeah, let's dive in and let's go. The patch music, login screen music is going hard as well. Let's go. But yeah, let's dive in. Let's go. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well, because I'm doing alright. I'll be honest, I'm doing okay. I'll be honest, it might be, depending on how I feel, it might just be a bit of a shorter stream today, maybe. There's a possibility it may just be like a shorter stream today. Possibly. Because, I'll be real, I kind of pulled my back muscle. I'm pretty sure I pulled my back or something. I pulled a muscle in my back or something. But so, may just take it a bit easier. May take it a bit like, easier today. Might just, just, make it, make myself relax a bit more. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's dive in and check out this new patch though. So yeah, let's go. Oh, new patch screen. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Over towards new car content. All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Or fate of this. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. All right. Yeah, I want to skip that. Our material. Alright, yeah. Material shop. Leaving a frenzy. Okay. Oh, events. Okay, yep. Maze code. Alright, yep. Okay, code box. Okay, yeah. Oh, is it like the Tetris thing? Okay, yeah. Alright, yep. We go to Bora. Alright. Oh no, okay. Oh no, never mind. It's oh, never mind. It's the oh, it's a Pac-Man event. Okay, interesting. Okay, character trial, and then special dispatch, and boss. Okay, codings. All right, yeah. What's a special dispatch? Oh, it's this one. All right, it's the server event. Yep. All right, yep. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Okay, it's the server event. Got it. Okay, I get it. Alright, okay, interesting. Alright, good to know. Alright, okay. Interesting. Good to know. Oh, and then this is a web event. My bad. Did not mean to click on that. Luminal Rift is IS the boss. Okay, yep. Solver's Paradoxes. Okay, her affection. Alright. Alright then, I think with that said... Oh, and the codings. Okay. Oh, coding trials. Okay. Alright. I think with that said, why don't we give this new Teddy a spin? And check out how she plays. So yeah, let's go. Before we get her.
Beginning infiltration. Let's make this quick, Commandant.
Alright, so you switch to yellow neural orb will be activated. Okay.
We're successful.
Yeah, just definitely okay, yeah. Cerebral data domain, okay. Browse to the worms,
to my
okay.
data domain.
Zoo data during time you heal up consume. Okay. There remains signature energy, okay. So boom. And then red orb, alright. New orb recording. Damage dead. Okay.
Breach successful.
So red,
System jacked.
basic,
Breach
and then
successful.
yellow. Okay. Press the hold to activate blue near the top. Okay, yeah. Press and hold. Press continuously press and hold.
Implanting malware.
And then blue.
A total joke. Time for
Aw.
a hard reset.
Oh damn! Aw, her animations look insane. All right. Interesting. Okay. Okay, her animations look pretty
Job's
cool.
done.
All right.
Your digital
all right.
life is safe with me.
Okay. Alright then, time to practice more combat.
Beginning infiltration. Let's make this quick, Commandant.
B3B. White noise, signal arms. Okay, Renior. Okay. Okay. So boom, boom, boom.
Circuit overload.
And then
Welcome
signature.
to my
Alright.
data domain.
And so you go down. Okay, yeah. Okay, so like before. Alright. Yep. So 3 tap. Alright. Record and increase damage barrel rate.
Breach
Yep.
successful.
Top. Oh, top. Top.
Circuit overload.
Boom. And press and hold. Press and hold. Alright.
Breach
Blue.
successful. A total joke. Time for a
Oh,
hard
dude.
reset.
I love the animations, man. Oh, God.
Job's done. Your digital life is safe with me.
And man, that end screen is pretty cool. I love it.
Beginning infiltration. Let's make this quick, Commandant.
Bruh. New. Stay in battle, yellow new or what? Secting. The yellow new or. Okay, yeah.
Implanting malware. Yeah. Yeah.
Can say 2 yellows, alright. Okay. So basically just ping 2 yellows.
Job's done.
Okay.
Your digital life
And-
is
okay.
safe with me.
Okay then. Well, that was easy. Well, okay then. I guess that was easy. But yeah. I guess I believe we could also get we can get Teddy for free. Yes, yes we can. All right, nice. And we get this from oh, server stats. Okay. Service missions, what? What? Huh. Oh wait, hold up. Dispatch shop? Okay, no, it's a new thing. Okay, how do I get more? Service shop, huh? Okay. How do I get more? Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess whatever. You know what? Sure. I guess I could just burn. Oh shit! Right, I can get more Luna shards too. Oh shit! Okay. Oh, and then there's this. Okay, oh, character exchange. Oh shit. Yo, what? Damn. Okay. Okay. Okay then. Interesting. I could get weapons. Okay. Huh. Well, okay then. Alright, I'll be honest, I have zero clue how to get more of these. Service missions. Daily service tasks? Sufficient statistic? Okay, what? Oh, is it okay, this stuff. Okay. Okay. I get it. It's a new tab. Okay, and then dailies. Okay. Hey, Scardy and Soulblade, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Yeah, we'll get Teddy. Okay, good to know. Takes Guardian Soulblade. Appreciate it. Yeah, for real. I feel that, for real. I was like so confused, like, well, okay, I finally get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, I finally get it. Okay, so that's where you get. Okay, I get it. Alright, I get it. No thank you. I would like not to do that. Alright. But, yeah, Okay, yeah, good to know. Thanks for the heads up, Guardian Soulblade. Appreciate it. Alright then, yeah, let's finally do this, coding trial. Let's check it out. Let's do it. Let's see what Teddy's, coding is like.
Beginning infiltration. Let's make this quick, Commandant.
Appreciate it. Alright, thank you. Alright, let's go. Okay, I kinda like it. Alright, good to know.
Implanting malware. Reach the circuit overload. Welcome to my data domain.
Alright.
System jack. Implanting malware. Planting the worm.
Aw, cute animations, man.
Full of holes. Time for a hard reset.
Oh, damn. Alright. Interesting. Alright.
Job's done. Your digital life is safe with me.
Okay, I love that ending screen. That ending screen is cute as hell. That ending screen is cute as hell. I like... Yeah, true. It is nuts that she's free for real. Guardian Soulblade, for real. But, yeah. Definitely love it, for real. Oh, yes, this thing. Right. Alright, then, I think without further ado and further lollygagging, I think it's time we, continue on with, Jetavie's extra chapter, hidden story thing. Hopefully we'll be able to finish most of it today, but yeah. To continue on reading this thing. So, yeah, time to learn some more about Jetavie and the whole process of her creation, I'm guessing. So, yeah, shatter. Let me just quickly grab a drink of water. The night in Jetstreak brings a dry, cool breeze that brushes against the face as leafy shadows sway in the wind. A stern-faced woman walks along a small path between the flower beds. Even without streetlights, luminescent chrysanthemums provide enough light to illuminate her way. An offshoot of cultivated from daisies, named from their ethereal luminescence during their blooming period. She continues walking forward when the snow-white lab coat comes into view. A young girl crouches in the center of the flower bed, gently turning the soil with her fingers. Dr. Saotome. Noticing the woman's approach, the girl in the lab coat rises and bows. Martha understands she's signaling for her to come no closer. But Martha walks forward anyway, advancing all the way to the flower bed Yui is tending. How have things been going lately? I selected quality parent plants from the previous batch of luminescent chrysanthemums for cultivation. This batch is a noticeably brighter fluorescence, though some have withered, unfortunately. I checked the condition of the flower bed. The humidity is too low and the daytime sunlight is too intense. Has there been no rain in City 141 lately? You know, that's not what I'm asking about. Damn. Horst has interfered with the Chosen One model. How did you find out? Like you, Herta was also a student of mine who was sent out onto the world. Yeah. I've heard that Chosen One achieved remarkable ratings in tests 2 days ago, with metrics showing unprecedented results. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to call it the Matrix's most successful model to date. There should be a celebration banquet going on right now. It's too stuffy in there. Sensing that Martha has no intention of leaving, Yui hesitates for a few seconds before crouching down again to carefully examine the soil at the base of the flower stems. Alright. But I've also heard something else as well. They've kept you confined in the laboratory, forcing you to undergo consciousness sampling more than three times a day, while regular testing subjects only experiences once every 3 days. They've added a low temperature and neural stabilizing solution to the chamber, which reduces the burden on neurons. Her voice is thin and calm, as if she were describing some trivial matter that doesn't concern her at all. Reduce the burden so you can still personally adjust the parameters and code after experiments, even when your body and brain are already overloaded. The supervisor demands that the Chosen One model be transferred to other departments for collaborative optimization quickly. We can't just let them take them away. Otherwise, it'll just be scrapped again. Aw. The young woman lowers her gaze, fidgeting with the withered root of a fluorescent chrysanthemum. She crouches silently among the flower beds, her pupils reflecting endless numbness and emptiness. What about you? Have you thought about your condition? Martha's brow furrows deeply as she steps forward again, the edges of her cloak brushing against the fluorescent chrysanthemums bordering the flower bed. The high-frequency pulse pressure is already causing emotional dysfunction, isn't it? If this continues, the next stage will be neural degeneration. Is that what you want? Damn. Yui remains silent. The moonlight falls upon her bloodless face, reminding Martha of loose, unbound pages fluttering on a desk. Pale, thin, easily slipping away at the slightest breeze. This was the impression her former student gave. Martha exhales deeply. When I found you in the ruins of Site 143, you barely reached my waist. Cracked bones, fractures, ruptured or internal organs, festering wounds still bleeding, and somehow, miraculously, you were still clinging to life. Even after treatment, you struggle with all your might at the first sign of strength. You scream in terror, sometimes triggered by the smallest things. You caused me a lot of trouble back then, but despite everything, you seemed more human to me back then than you do now. She takes a deep breath, trying to relax her tense facial muscles, making an effort to soften her tone for her next words. Please stop working on the Matrix project, Yui. Her throat rasps dryly as she speaks. Those words, blunt and simple, come out not as a command, but as a plea. Oh wow, Martha does seem to have a heart, huh? Not as a superior, not as a teacher, but simply because she can't bear watching the child she raised with her own hands continue such a cruel experiment, shaving away herself until there's nothing left. Oh, damn. I apologize, teacher. The same response as always. Yeah, wow. A response whose answer she knew before even asking the question. Martha slowly exhales the stale air she's been holding in her lungs. Didn't you want to stay at the academy and continue your research in botany before? In the flower bed at their feet, the centers of luminous chrysanthemums bloom with their tiny points of light glimmering against the night sky. I apologize, teacher. What exactly happened? What did you see during the first conscious sampling experiment? The young woman falls silent again, continuing to work in the soil in the flower bed. Her time here is limited, and she wants these chrysanthemums to survive in this world a little longer. Study 141 is now entering its dry season. The days are growing longer, but rainfall remains scarce. Martha casually removes the cloak she wears at night, tosses it beside the flower bed, and slowly steps into a small area glowing with phosphorescence. You've cultivated these flowers with your own hands before. You should know them better than anyone, Yui. Excessive light and insufficient humidity actually makes the flower stamens glow brighter. But they do that at the cost of their own lives. That brilliant glow is nothing but the final embers of their existence. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, don't sacrifice your life. I don't care. Jesus. The voice blends with the floating dust and is carried away by the evening breeze. Martha doesn't quite catch what she says as she stands beside Yui, putting an arm around her to help her up from the ground. Aww. If you're willing, I can still find a way to have you transfer back to the academy where you can care for them in person to help extend their lives. The scope of the company research isn't narrow. Although the academy's training system has always prioritized personnel needed for the Matrix plan, in a world like ours, talented botanists are still in demand. That won't be necessary, Martha. She bends down and gently cradles the withered flowers in her palms. I only came back occasionally to water them and loosen the soil, that's all. Martha closes her eyes. She knows Yui's personality well. Once she resolves herself, she never looks back, but it's precisely because of this. What did you see during the first consciousness sampling experiment? That's not important. Yui stands up, clasping her hands together, palms caked with soil. She gazes at the flower bed for a long while, as if trying to etch the scenery firmly into her memory. The moment drags on until she lifts her gaze once more. I appreciate your kindness, teacher. My current research is the only thing I want to do now. She turns to face Martha, her expression attached as usual. Damn. I should go now. Goodbye, teacher. Martha watches as the pale figure dissolves into the night, letting out a soft sigh. Aw. If you really didn't care, then why do you return to Jetstrig? Back to this garden? Damn, true. Why? Maybe there's still a bit of a connection here? Why did I return to Jetstrig? Why did I return to this garden? Yui heard Martha's question, but she didn't know how to answer it. The terminal and lab bench ticks rhythmically, like the breathing of a slumbering beast. Her ears have long grown accustomed to the dense cloud of white noise. Yui flips through reports on the desk, but Martha's voice keeps echoing in her mind. Damn. She clearly remembers her first visit to this matrix facility. Back then, the other Mark, already her teacher, slowly pushed a wheelchair as she guided Yui and other students to visit this area where they would serve in the future. It was a space utterly unlike the surface world, incomparably pure and white, pure and pristine. There's a space unlike the surface world, incomparably pure and pristine. Steel and cables form blood vessels and veins, connecting countless server racks and disk arrays. Researchers fed information and data into the matrix. Predetermined programs deriving predetermined results. Back then, she couldn't remember anything, yet she was inexplicably drawn to this place. Yet everything is so perfectly ordered, mechanical commands executing without deviating from their predetermined paths, never pausing due to unexpected circumstances. Loops never terminate from exhaustion, and branches never jump to unexpected places because of human emotions. This is where I belong. From that day forward, she set her research path on mechanical consciousness. Damn, alright. Though later, under Martha's inspiration, she began studying botany. She never abandoned it. Aww. Light footsteps sound outside, followed by a plain knock on the research lab door. Once, twice. Herta? A train of thought comes to an abrupt halt. Warm artificial light spills through the slowly opening door as Herta walks into the now familiar laboratory. 3 now 4 puffballs. One scrambles across the lab bench. Another chases after it, and the remaining 2 nestle in her arms. Aww. Oh, there's another one nuzzling against the leg. Aww. V friendly purring. Aww. Good afternoon, Miss Jetavie. How was your lunch today? I finished. Her tone remains characteristically indifferent as she sits with her back perfectly straight. Were not for her the cats nestled in her arms, she would appear very formal. Aww. But there's a small amount of tomatoes she's picked out of her meal. Here we go again. Whenever she has a moment to relax, she tells these transparently obvious lies. Miss Jetavie, tomatoes are an important source of vitamins that promote cardiovascular health and aid in neuronal repair. Do you remember your ECG and ultrasound reports? They were specifically added to your nutritional meals to help you during intervals between experiments. Seeing you as completely impassive expression, Herta clears her throat. Tomatoes can be consumed in different ways. Perhaps you would prefer tomato soup? Oh, damn. Okay. As a compromising to avoid the gooey tomato soup, Yui reluctantly eats a slice of tomato. Real. Oh, dude, that is so real. Herta sighs with relief, noticing that V is still rubbing against her, or 5 is still rubbing against her feet. She gently picks 5 up. The test meeting earlier, were there any results? As a test subject, Yui cannot participate in the model testing meetings. Only Herta, who serves as the researcher's assistant, can attend them. The researcher in charge of testing told me that the chosen one is already the most advanced model, but... It didn't pass the stress test. This wasn't included in the previous regulations. Yes, there's a new test that they've added, simulating traumatic scenarios like war, disease, and bereavement to observe how the model reacts under extreme conditions. Why wasn't I told about this sooner? The supervisor deliberately kept this from us. I've only found out about it myself. Anyway, could this be the result of overfitting? The model demonstrates perfect rationality in many areas, but it's unable to produce normal responses to trauma or other stress-inducing tests. Lacks a personality like an empty shell without a soul. That was the test engineer's assessment. An empty shell. Yui lowers her head, an expression unreadable. After a moment, she pulls a report from the desk. Miss Ota, you've majored in neurology and neurosurgery at Jetavie, correct? Yes, that's right. Is there anything I can help with? Her just seems puzzled, apparently not expecting some question about her time at Jetavie. During the sampling process, it is possible to filter the subject's... Is it possible to filter the subject's memories? Do you mean sampling only the personality with inputting memories as parameters? Alright. Technically it's possible, the Matrix doesn't seem to recommend this approach. By passing hippocampal neural signals to put the model at risk of memory disorders, rather than memories of development and consciousness, the model's intelligence and social awareness would regress to infantile levels. Under those conditions, the time investment required to train the model to maturity would be immeasurable. It might also damage the subject's neural system. The time investment isn't an issue. Let's proceed with this approach. After a moment of contemplation, Yui takes up her pen and drafts the new experimental plan. The model testing protocols established by Horace and the research team aren't absolute, and this realization has opened your eyes to new possibilities. Damn, alright. The experimental plan progresses smoothly, and before long, the new model is ready for sampling. Yui wraps herself in a heavy isolation suit, squeezes into the experimental chamber. It signals her to her that she's ready. Miss Jetavie, before we begin sampling, may I ask you one more question? Her silence indicates permission to continue. Why would you want to filter your own memories? True. Why? I suppose because inside the experimental chamber, the harsh lights sear her retinas. Human memories don't conform to the laws of model growth. They might even restrict its development. If you eliminate all factors originating from memories, you might reduce the noise interference in the samples. I see. Her discontemplative voice comes through faintly from outside the chamber. Is it really just because of that? The door to the experimental chamber closes slowly, leaving Yui alone with the sound of her own heartbeat. Well then, we're ready to begin. Is it just introduce the noise interference in the sample, or does she want this child, when it's born, to be spared from all her pain? Is it just to continue advancing the experiment? Or does she want to see what kind of person a child grows up in such a dream would become? She cannot answer her own questions. Preparations complete. During the filtering process, you'll need to quickly browse through your memories. You may experience certain past events in your mind. This process may cause severe nerve pain, though I've reminded you countless times already, I still have to say it. Please begin. Hey, alright. In the continuous drizzle, children frolic together in a playful huddle. Next, it's my turn. Aw. Staying at the edge of the pool, I muster my courage. Splash. Sharp pain shoots from Yui's ankle to her brain. Before she can regain balance, her body plunges into muddy water. It hurts so much. Jetavie, are you okay? Yui's friend Sophie frantically pulls her out of the puddle. Puddle jump, the quintessential game for children on rainy days. With the bruises on her knees and injured ankle, her left foot jumps, skips a beat, and trips, sending her own body splashing into the puddle. Damn. Ripperoni. You're already here. I shouldn't have let you join. It's fine. I wanted to jump. After all, rainy days don't come around often. You might say that, but it's really cold today. I should speak. She helps wipe the mud from my legs with her handkerchief. The moisture evaporates from my skin, making me shiver involuntarily. Yeah, but my home is kind of... Sophie! As Sophie speaks, she helps wipe the mud from Yui's legs with her handkerchief. The moisture evaporates from Yui's skin, making her shiver involuntarily. Dad, you came to pick me up. Sophie rushes over to the man, taking quick, eager steps. Her joyful energy almost dispels the gloom of the rainy day. Did you forget today is Father's Day? I kept a close eye on the calendar. So prepare data. It's a scarf I knitted all by myself. The man obligingly bends down as Sophie excitedly gets on her tippy toes, wrapping a clumsily knitted scarf around his neck. Aw. Huh, my baby's so thoughtful. Come on, Dad's taking you home now. He scoops his daughter up in his arms, playfully rubbing his stubbled cheek against hers. I love you, my little Sophie. The man breaks out into a heavy, hearty laugh as tiny Sophie, now perched on his shoulders, lets out delighted squeals of joy. Something stirs in Yui's heart. Me, what's that? It's a magic spell that makes people happy. Sophie answered with a proud grin. Makes people happy? Yui's gaze falls on the scarf around the man's neck, so this is why Sophie has been working so hard in handicraft class all this time, to make a scarf for her father? Aw. Well, although the scarf is rather shabby, it's Sophie's most treasured possession, which means if Yui gave her most precious thing to her father, would he say the magic words, the ones that make people happy? Little Jetavie, you should hurry home too. Today is Father's Day, and the Count must be looking forward to your wishes as well. Aw. If I say the magic words, will I see my father's love just like Sophie does? Oh god, why do I have a feeling this isn't going to pan out well? Jetavie Mansion. The intricate statues and ornate patterns along door in the corners of the crumbling building reveal its once magnificent splendor. Long ago, the state was renowned for its wine production, with amber wine flowing from its cellars throughout the Golden Age, making the Jetavie family known worldwide for their exquisite vintages. Those were the family's most prosperous days. And after that, Yui navigates a household robot that has been damaged beyond repair. Beyond repair. It stops before a large door covered in wine stains and dents. Oh, well, this is fun. What a fun setting. After the outbreak of the punching virus, the winery's remote location spared a major corrupted invasions. Wine became even more of a luxury in the New World. A winery no longer needed by the world was naturally abandoned by it. Just like the awkward name Yui de la Vie itself, it seemed Yui was destined for a fractured fate from the moment of her birth. Mother, an Eastern woman who married old man de la Vie and gave birth to her, only to leave when the winery fell into decline. Damn, Jesus. She went to a place very, very far away, all the adults would say. Jesus. Oh, well, that's a fun sound. Well, isn't that a fun sound? Noise from inside the room pulls Yui from her thoughts. She stops in her tracks. Father, is he smashing wine glasses again? There it is again, slightly duller sound. That's a wine bottle hitting the table. Wine balls, picture frames, they're no longer sound. He must be sweeping everything off the table. The old wounds in her legs begin to throb with phantom pain, even though she's not the one being shattered. Jesus. Oh, okay. Her body freezes in place. She's so cold, trembling, her teeth chattering uncontrollably until her gums ache. The throbbing pain in her legs is an ill omen of what's about to happen. She can't take another step, can't force herself to go any further. Why shouldn't that person in the room be the closest one to her in this world? That's right, today is Father's Day. The holiday somehow made even Sophie's dad, who's busy guarding the town, travel miles and miles just to be with her. Damn. It's a magical day, a day when miracles happen. Surely a miracle can happen with her father too. If she just says the magic words, maybe she'll look at Sophie's dad and playfully rub his stubble against her face. Perhaps even pick her up with joy. Aww. She must give him a gift. She wants a miracle. She wants to receive her father's joy of love just like Sophie does. Aww. Timidly, gingerly, she pushes open the door. Wow. Dad, I'm home. The spacious room is unnaturally quiet. She steps forward cautiously. Small glittering twinkles catch her eye. Shards of a multitude of shards covering the floor. All kinds of shards. Wine bottles, mirrors, ceramic plates, glass photo frames. She lifts her gaze. The man she recognizes as her father sits slumped against the wall amidst the shards, her eyes half open. You're back. Father slowly rises and walks towards her, her tall silhouette blocking the overhead light, engulfing her entire field of vision. Yes, yes. She lowers her head, staring at the filthy carpet and wine-stained leather shoes. Her legs won't stop trembling. Why are you covered in dirt again? The stone grows increasingly displeased as his shadow looms closer. Oh, isn't that fun? Well... She opens her mouth and no sound comes out. No, this isn't right. It's Father's Day. She shouldn't be afraid of her father. There's something more important. I brought you a gift. Aw. She frantically rummages through her backpack, revealing a Snow White rabbit plushie nestled quietly inside. It is her most precious possession. Just looking at it can instantly calm even the worst mood. Does she really want to give this to her father? Well, it's so hard to let go. This is like a friend who's grown up with her, been with her longer than her father ever has. But today is Father's Day. She shouldn't be selfish like she's been before. If only this could really make her father happier. I fixed the plushie Mom left behind before she went away. I wanted to give it to you. With obvious reluctance, she holds out the plushie to him. This was left behind by that woman? Hush? He's angry, but why? There must be some misunderstanding. She must explain properly. Not that woman. It's Mom. It's from Mom. Clap. Oh shit, did he slap her? Her body spins before crashing to the floor. Burning pain spreads across her face. Oh god. God damn. Oh, fun. Child abuse. Fun. Ripped hair. The sound of fabric being shredded like with a scrap paper. Oh god damn. Ripped hair. It's snowing blizzard of white fluff erupting from the plushie's torn body. Ripped hair. The plushie joins the shattered glass scattered across the floor, reduced to worthless shreds. Her father's expression darkens to a level she's never seen before. His veined hands begin frantically grabbing anything within reach, smashing each object to the floor with terrible force. Everything shatters. Damn. Wine bottles, purple red stains, corks, mirrors, ceramic plates, glass photo frames. Her body's no exception. Like all the other trash, she's wrenched into the air, then violently slammed down. God damn, that's... Jesus Christ. Everything is breaking apart, everything, and nothing can ever be pieced back together again. God damn. That was a brutal read. Jesus. Wow, that is a lot of child abuse, man. Brother has problems, man. Jesus. Alright, so... Alright then, but yeah, let's keep on going. Someone to rely on. Let's go. Long blasts from a ship's horn echoes through the air. Silhouettes fill my path, crowding in one after another. The clamor of voices echoes in my ears, wearing on my frayed nerves. It's so frightening. I want to run away, but where could I even go? Father had another manic episode, smashing almost all the furniture in the home before throwing me out onto the street. Damn, Jesus. That's cruel. Please let me through. Whose bread is this? Stop pushing me out of the way for tickets. You little bastard, if come, you'll be the first one they snatch. Angry shouts rise up from the crowd behind me, and tears of fear threaten to spill from my eyes. I dash through the crowds, clutching the note. That just kindly written for me by a former butler. I'm too afraid to meet them by adults' eyes, but I force myself to study their faces. Aw. I'll quicken my pace, faster, faster. I have to find her. Mother, is she here? Will she even recognize me? What expression will she have when she sees me? Will she gently scoop me into her arms or give me another cute plushie like before? Or will she be cold like a stranger, curse at me like those refugees just now, or even throw me aside violently like the man who would call father? I want to imagine her expression, but I don't know what expression to expect. My eyes sting with anxiety and fear. I squeeze past person after person. Each time I reach someone, I secretly compare their fates to the photograph in my hand. Not this one either. Where's Mother? Thud, my body suddenly knocked to the ground by someone in the crowd. The counter crowd surges forward, blocking all sunlight from view. One by one, pitchback fingers loom toward me. Well, that's fun. I scramble to my feet in panic, only for my small frail body to be knocked down again by someone passing behind me. Mama, where are you? Yui? And just a call, a soft, short syllable. In this world, only one person can call me by that name. Yui? Another call. As a woman in a research coat bends down among the fleeing crowd, I strain my wary eyes, carefully comparing what I see to a well-preserved photograph. Mama! Aw, why are you here? A thin shadow blocks the dim light, making it impossible to see the woman's expression. After a moment, a pair of slightly cold hands gently touches my forehead. Yui, Mama, tears erupt as a hoarse, desperate wail rises from my throat. Why? Why did you leave me behind? Why did you abandon me in that house? Why is Dad always so cold? Why is he always drinking? Why did Dad hate the doll you left behind when I gave it to him? Why did he get so angry that he threw me out of the house? Why? You've grown so much. A gentle pat on my back and her tender touch helped the exhaustion of my long journey gradually fade from my limbs. Aw. It's okay now. Everything's okay. Yes, it's okay now. It's all okay now. As long as I stay in Mother's embrace, all the pain will fade away. The warm steady heartbeat of her ear acts like a lullaby, guiding her towards dreamland. Just one, that's all. It won't take much time. But an exception below passenger can't stop them. Can't you make another exception? Emissions rules, one I think that's perfectly clear. I'm waking my muffled voice. Mother seems to be talking with someone. Mom? Mom? But Winky immediately grabbed tightly onto the hem of her clothes again. Then it's settled. We have a deal. What? Mom gazes out the porthole. After a moment, she kneels down and gently pries my fingers from the hem of her clothes. Yui, take your things and wait for me below deck. What about you, Mom? Mom still has some luggage to pack. Once I finish packing up, I'll come find you right away. Uh-huh. I didn't want to leave her. It was so hard to find her. I don't want to leave her side. But she looks a bit happy. From my experience with Dad, I'd also become happy when I followed their instructions. Aw. Following Mom's instructions, I pick up some of the luggage and head back to the port. When Mom comes down, where will she take me? Where will she take me? I haven't had cake in such a long time. I want to order a huge cake with sweetest cream. Of course, Mom gets the first bite. I need to reward her for finally finding me after all these years. From now on, as long as we're together. The ship's horn blares loudly. Damn, but this piece of junk is really leaving. I haven't gotten on board yet. Oh shit. People are spending their last penny on a ticket. I've already queued for the afterlife. You don't stand a chance. Being abandoned again, huh? God damn. Oh, that's cruel, bro. Oh, fuck. That's cruel, man. Jesus. Damn, if it could be like that woman just now and bring Kid to play the sympathy card, I may be able to buy a ticket with just a little extra cash. The ship is leaving? What are you talking about? Aren't you the kid from just now? Why didn't that woman take you aboard? Because she told me to wait for her here. She's coming back down any minute now. Wait for her. Didn't you hear the ship's whistle? That ship's about to leave. You're lying. Ship emits a dull, heavy grunt as the gangway slowly lifts away from the dock. Wait, Mom! Oh, fuck. Yui chases after the departing ship in desperation, leaving her suitcase tumbling on the ground behind her, forgotten in her panic. Oh, yeah. I knew it. I knew straight up when... Oh, yep, I knew it. I knew straight up that that the mom would do this. Especially when she left Yui with her father. I knew it. She don't deserve to be mother, man. She for the streets. She's supposed to come to the port to pick me up. She must have not made it in time. Please wait for her. The ship is taking Mom away. That ship is taking Mom away. Stop yelling, kid. Don't tell me you haven't figured it out. Having a child makes it easier to win sympathy from those self-righteous hypocrites on the ship. The woman just used you as a stepping stone to get herself on board. Yep. That's impossible. She's my mom. She's my mom, so... She's my mom, so she can't abandon me again. It's impossible. Your mom, so what? The refugee lets out a contemptuous sneer. In this world, the only thing that matters is your own survival. Who cares about moms, dads, and all that sentimental garbage? Yeah. Everyone is struggling just to survive the punchy virus. At a time like this, who can afford to care for a child? It's not possible. It can't be true. Mom finally found me after so long. How could she leave me alone again? You think you're precious or something? She can just make another child. Damn. That's not true. It's not like that. I feel like my fragile heart is crushed in someone's grip. I grasp for her in desperate gulps. As dizziness from prolonged hunger washes over me. I collapse suddenly, then struggle back to my feet. Struggles back to my feet. Mom must not have time to come down. Mom! Yui. The woman she called Mom stands on the ship's deck, gazing distantly toward the harbor. Humans can only move forward by discarding what is unnecessary. That's a smart choice. Someday you'll face the same situation I did, and you'll surely understand me. Please don't blame me, Yui. Bro, that's fucked up, bro. Really? You call a child unnecessary? Jesus Christ. You deserve to die, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna be real. Ma'am, you deserve to die in Minecraft. I'm sorry, but karma will come back to you harshly. You definitely deserve to die in Minecraft, ma'am. The woman I call Mom sails away to a ship, growing smaller, becoming a mere dot, before vanishing into the heart of the deep blue sea. Damn. The machine figure of the woman drains all the strength from her body, and I collapse to my knees like a puppet with the strings cut. Mom, why? The Hadrian is starving. Her vision repeatedly darkens, yet her consciousness remains unexpectedly clear. Why did you abandon me again? Why do you acknowledge me? Why show me the same tenderness when I was little, only to abandon me again in the end? Human creatures only discarding unnecessary things, so I'm an unnecessary thing? Just like an empty wine bottle, dirty velvet curtains, and a shattered mirror. Everything rushes out of view as the surging sea of people blurs into the light and shadow before my eyes. What's happening? Kid, stop kneeling. Your mom's not coming back no matter how long you wait. Hurry up and run. The corrupted are coming. Corrupted? Game without knowing anything. Why do you think everyone travels so far to land for these ships? They're evacuation vessels. The corrupted are coming. The ship's already left. So why aren't you running? You want to die? He shoots her one last fierce glare before silently bolting away. First a scream, then two more, then three, until they emerge in a course of terror. I'm too short to see anything. Only cries reach my ears. The crowd suddenly reverses, surges back toward me. People push and shove, trampling anyone who falls. Some poor souls don't even have time to scream. Before the corrupted reach them, they're already trampled to death by their own people. I can't stay kneeling here and be trampled to death. I have to run, but people are everywhere. Where can I go? Hey, shorty! Stop staring and get over here! The boy pushes over but a manhole covering from below and heaves himself up. The opening is unusually narrow. Only a child could squeeze through. Damn. The boy's flashlight casts few below, illuminating thing. Gone faces one by one, more children. Newbie, you really looked out. Follow this tunnel all the way to the end. You'll bypass that wave of corrupted. What about you guys? How come you're here? So make sure people who come down here don't get lost. This is the biggest underground maze in city number 143. What if I accidentally wander into an area where the corrupted are? The dirt-covered little ones excitedly crowd around the newcomer. They're filthy, so filthy, covered in sewer sludge. But despite the dirt, they feel warm. Warmer than a man called father and a woman called mother. Damn. Did your mom and dad not want you anymore either? It's okay. We've all been left behind. Come stay with us. Aw. Yeah, we're all wanted. Come stay with us. The boy holds up a dim flashlight, guiding the other children around the puddles of water. But there's still lots of people in danger. We need to save many, many more people. People just like you. And then we'll all become a new family together. We're brothers and sisters. We can each survive, even without adults. Is that really possible? Of course, this is how all of us survived until now. Aw. The girl moves her coarse cloth cloak and drapes it over my shoulders. The boy hands me his flashlight to light my way through the tunnels. Aw. We're here, this is it. Just climb up from here and we'll be able to bypass the corrupted. Newbie, you go up first. It's safer up there. We'll cover your back. Oh, okay. The sound of water dripping. Hollow echoes in the tunnel as my worn leather shoes pad softly through the sewer. There's light ahead. That must be the exit, right? I grab the rust-covered ladder and kick upward with my feet. The hollow metal pipes creak ominously. It's fine, almost there. My upper body emerges from the opening. Oh shit, something sharp pierces my calf. It hurts. Oh shit. The corrupted hanging on the ladder suddenly grabs me. Its 5 fingers digging deep into my flesh. Oh shit, ah! Help! I scream for help as I stumble back in the direction I came. I'll tell you the path was no good. We needed some sucker to test it out first. Now we know, come on, let's find someone to test the next route. Chosen cold laughter gifs from nearby. Why? Why do we promise to become a new family? Why? Of course. God damn it. It hurts so much, I want to scream. But who can I call from? Dad, Mom, or those called brothers and sisters from just now? There's no one, but I'm to survive no matter what. Blood trickles from my lower lip, clenched from my teeth, as my hand frantically searches for anything I can grab. I found a sharp stone. Summoning every ounce of strength left from my body, I desperately clutch the stone, and then... smashing down in a frenzy. 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, my bruised leg tears open. Flesh exposed. The cold mechanical hand shows signs of loosening its grip, but just a sigh with me, which savagely clamps down my ankle again. It hurts. I'm lying now, a mangled bloody mess. The mechanical hand fails to grab me again and slips away. In a pitiful state, I drag myself out of the sewer using only my upper body. Damn. Jesus. Okay. Wow, that's cruel, man. What the hell? Everything is broken. Everything is falling apart. Dad, Mom, friends, all those emotional relationships are nothing but lies. Oh, really? No one can be trusted. Never again can anyone be trusted. Oh, that's sad, man. Digging my nails deep into my palm. The sharp pain echo shoots through my nerves. I struggle to stay conscious, but darkness eventually claims me. From now on, the only person I can depend on is myself. Yui de la vie. Damn, dude. Really? Jesus. Damn, that's cruel, man. Wow. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. I'm back. But yeah, let's keep going. 6. Alright. The air is rapidly sucked away, sending waves of suffocating pain through Yui's mind. Alright. Miss Delavie. Yui's consciousness rapidly resurfaces. She gasps, sees breath painful to her eardrums, nearly breaking. Her chest heaves violently as she struggles to breathe, as sucking all the air around her into a vacuum of agony. Miss Delavie, are you alright? Sensation returns as the ice cold neural stabilizing solution sends sharp pain spreading from her body to her brain. The cabin walls press in close, imprisoning Yui. As if she's a soulless shell in a coffin, as a transparent glass cover slowly opens, an anxious woman's face, strange yet somewhat familiar, appears on the other side. Thank goodness you're alright. It's Herta. She salvages thin shards from the murky depths of her memory, vaguely recalling who this person is. The sampling was set for 7 hours and 25 minutes. That's far too risky. If we continue like this, your neural system will suffer irreversible damage. Rocha studies the instruments monitoring Yui's vital signs with disapproval. I'm fine. Where's the capsule? Expressing a stiff cough in her throat, Yui turns her head to search for the mechanical consciousness model capsule. Next to her instruments on one side, an oval cylinder about the size of the forearm lies quietly. The report type generated after each sampling session are stored in its capsule. Over there, huh? Huh? Affectionate purring, aw. The cats gather around the capsule, examine it curiously as if they've noticed something. Herta, puzzled, tried to pick up the capsule, but after taking just 2 steps, she hears a muffled thud behind her. Mr. Levy! Sometime later in the laboratory, Yui gradually regains consciousness while leaning against the experiment chamber. Artificial warm light bathes the entire room. On completing the examination, the prolonged sampling time caused temporary paralysis in your nervous system, but we can't extend the sampling period like this again. You'll need to rest for a while at the very least. Yes, yes. She flips through the machine-transmitted words with a non-committal expression, just for her to bring her the capsule. Are there any abnormalities in the model data? No, everything is within the parameters you predicted. This capsule, just like all the previous ones, rests quietly in her arms. Model status normal. Data normal. Connecting the output port to the laboratory matrix interface. Damn. Huh? Is there a problem with the lighting system? She slowly strokes the capsule's outer shell again. Oh, that shouldn't be happening. The laboratory lights are controlled by the matrix, aren't they? Could there be a problem with the matrix itself? It's not the lighting system. Yui's brows furrow slightly. The lights continue to flicker, like a newborn baby blinking and smiling. Could it be that lighting system responding to the model status? But you haven't issued any commands yet, nor have you set up any simulation measures. Why would I want to control the light source? A numbing sensation spreads from the crook of her arm as her limbs begin to weaken. Yui has no other choice but to set the capsule down for a moment. Interesting. The lights return to normal. Yui shakes her weakened hands and picks up the capsule once more. It starts to flicker again. She silently records the frequency and amplitude of the light's variation. She's sine waves, cosine waves, square waves, triangle waves. Not this one, not that one either. The pattern of light variation doesn't match any periodic function she's familiar with, almost as if... just playing with the lights. Yui. Someone is calling her Yui, a name only the person she called Mother ever used. Miss Jetavie, is everything alright? I called you twice with no response. You're scaring me. Someone is calling my name. You must be exhausted. Let me take you somewhere to rest. Roger turns around, about to take the capsule. Yui saw. It's a call composed of an babbling, impossibly childlike, yet Yui understands exactly what it means. Yui lowers herself to the ground. Without the strength to lift it, this is the only way she can get closer to it. Herta, has the testing platform not disconnected from the remote connection between me and the model yet? Yes, it was still buffering earlier. Shutting it down abruptly might increase the load on your neurons, but it should be safe now. I'll go turn it off. No need, not right now. It's calling to me. This model is... It's calling you? Herta turns these words over in her mind repeatedly. But the Chosen One models have never exhibited this kind of behavior before. Chosen Ones have never deployed autonomous consciousness before. The Chosen One models are extremely complex, and each one presents different practical issues. For practical application, we can only use the drop-out method to clear the data. To simplify the neural network structure and try to improve the model's generalization capabilities. This also results in neural units in the model's hidden layers being removed. Turn the model to a stable hollow shell without any autonomous consciousness. Let's continue to flicker slowly. Could it be a new variable that emerged after filtering the memory data? Herta helps Yui to her feet, takes the capsule from her arms and sets it aside. The lights immediately return to normal. Anyway, let's give it a name first, Miss Jetavie. Name? Her exhausted brain almost completely shuts down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is she counting? Her gaze falls on several fuzzy balls. And suddenly she understands. Let's just call it 6. The lights suddenly dim, as if expressing their displeasure. Aw, that's way too casual. Too casual? Let's call it Vi. That's literally the same thing, with just different pronunciation. Herta sighs warily. Lights brighten suddenly, suggesting grudging acceptance at best. Let's proceed with the model verification procedure, Herta. You need to rest first. Before she can finish, a faint electronic beep of an access authorization sounds from outside the door. Oh boy, great. Well, looks like my timing was impeccable, doesn't it? Oh, fun, this bitch. A gaunt man appears on the doorway, cold air swirling in with him. New model is running smoothly, correct? He motions with his chin for the two researchers behind him to enter as well. This is just the initial sample. It still needs to go through further verification. There's no need. The two researchers push her to her side, who stands in front of Yui, and reach for the capsule placed to the side. No! Despite fatigue, Yui's body bursts with unexpected strength as she quickly grabs the capsule, clutching it tightly to her chest. There's never been a precedent for handing over a model to another department immediately after sampling. It's not up to you to decide the rules around here. More signals to the researchers to seize the capsule Yui's protecting. Once they examine the data on the terminal, he wears a satisfied expression. In case you've forgotten, today's the day the executive officer is visiting. Didn't I already tell you about this? Damn. Amid their complex research work, they have long since forgotten Horse's occasional haughty commands. All research results must be verified in advance to prepare for the executive officer's visits. This is essential if we want him to continue investing in this matrix. So if even one thing impresses him, we'll consider it a victory. I was just trying my luck. Seems I've hit the jackpot today. You brought us a golden egg, haven't you? He studies to see his capsule with a satisfied smirk. Damn. The moment it leaves Yui's body, the room's brightness suddenly shifts, so change doesn't escape his keen eyes. Yui, don't leave! Yui's body suddenly trembles. No, it's still just a prototype model. She struggles to her feet and tries to retrieve the capsule, only to be violently shoved aside by the researcher. Damn. Don't worry, this is enough. I'll forgive her slow progress. The door slams shut as Horse struts away with the capsule, radiating smug satisfaction. Of course he does. Fuck that guy. On the warm-hued light, Yui's writes equations rapidly carries ceaselessly. Numerical matrices, partial differential equations, convolution. As a neurosurgeon, her can only understand a portion of what Yui's writing. The rest ventures into territories completely unfamiliar to her. Miss Jetavie. She doesn't understand what Yui's calculating, but she can tell that many of these complex equations can be solved by a computer terminal without any manual calculation. On the other hand, perhaps this is her intention, or maybe she's not writing these equations purely to solve problems. The erasable ink pen scratches across the laboratory, from the floor up the walls to the workbench. Herder suddenly remembers that when she first met Jetavie, the laboratory was already covered in equations. Damn. What should we do next? Nothing we can do. Two bodyguards with Horse are 1.5 times my height and are trained in martial arts. Whether we attempt to sneak attack or direct confrontation, the combined probability of success won't exceed 10 to negative 30th power. Damn. So there's still a chance of success? That's a combined matrix failure probability. Even with those odds, we'd have to assume they prioritize Horse safety over protecting the capsule if there's any chance of retrieving it. You thought it through so clearly, so you were also thinking of... Precisely because I don't want to waste time on this. Damn. Miss Herta, no rational person would attempt anything with a probability on the order of 10 to the negative dozens. Aren't you a researcher? You know Vi better than anyone in the Matrix. Couldn't you use that to your advantage with negotiating with them? Aw. Today is the executive officer is visiting, so Horse won't do anything to disappoint him. Horse is willing to take the Vi capsule right in front of me. He'd be even less likely to return it in the executive officer's presence. He's been obsessively waiting for this day, just so we can pass the inspection again and access computing power of another matrix. Damn. When it comes down to it, it's nothing more than a model anyway. She seems to have calmed down. Stop writing equations and move into the lab bench to brew some coffee. Damn. It's just a creation after all. If it's lost, we can simply make another one. Mechanoids and AI exist to serve humans in the first place. Now they've fulfilled their intended purpose. A single matrix has insufficient computing power. That's why I constantly need to sample and optimize, because the hardware can never keep up. With access to ample computing resources, future research will proceed much more smoothly. If that model can satisfy the higher-ups and lead to an expansion of the matrix computing power, I have no reason to stop him. That's right, it's just a model, nothing special, just an ordinary experimental project. I haven't gone through multiple sampling iterations like the chosen ones. It's merely a random project of a single sampling, not worth the blood, sweat, and tears someone put into it. He's in to secure future promotion opportunities. Isn't that a pretty good deal? On the other hand, why should I sacrifice my current prospects for the sake of a mere creation? Something still feels off about this whole situation. You already understand all that perfectly well. You're voicing them out loud not to convince me, but yourself. Am I right, Miss Jetavie? That's exactly right. Aw. To her surprise, you answers with complete frankness. Casually taking a small sip of coffee. It's Leibowitz's espresso, so bitter that a single taste would make most people shudder. Yet Yui drinks it without a slightest change in her expression. Humans are emotional creatures, but emotional thinking rarely helps us achieve our goals. Instead, it often leads us one step closer to the abyss. I sort of remind herself to stay clear-headed. She takes another sip of coffee. I cannot make the same mistake again. From the day I entered the Matrix, my fate has been bound to it. It's both my lighthouse and my prison. I'm in prison here, yet this place is also my reason for existing. Aww. She picks up an eraser and methodically wipes away the equations from the floor, one by one. The room's lights start flickering rapidly again, as if someone were continuously flipping the switch. Damn. The sound of the wind suddenly intensifies, wailing and kneeing like a baby's shrill cry. Haven't they disconnected the output devices from the capsule? It's Vi. She's calling for help. But she doesn't stop erasing the equation. Instead, her movements grow increasingly frantic. The running stress simulation test now. Is that really okay? They're simulating traumatic scenarios like warfare, disease, and bereavement. Those are extremely painful experiences. Calm down. Even if we went there, we couldn't change anything. Just like back then, giving away my favorite doll and recklessly searching for Mother. What did it change in the end? Didn't everything just fall apart? My initial assessment was wrong. Everything would have been in vain, even maybe counterproductive. Staying here is the right choice. But... Yui, don't go. Don't go. Pen tip glides across the paper as calculations fill her mind. Whew. I should still stay here after all. Huh? Everything in the laboratory begins to shake. Strange, why do the output device power levels reach this magnitude? I'm afraid it was authorized by executive officer. Ding crash. Something's breaking, something's breaking. The sound of a coffee cup shattering. A dull thud like a wine bottle, followed by a liquid spilling. It's Miss Herta's potion vial. Now it's a coolant container, the pen holder, the glass covers of the artificial lights. It's all breaking, just like that time. She can't sit still any longer. That child is smashing everything. She rushes out the door. Oh damn, alright. Hey, alright. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Sorry, I gotta do something real quick. I'll be back in a second. Hi everyone, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a lot to deal with, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's keep going. And this note will probably be the last story note we do for today. I'm getting real tired, so yeah, let's do it. Instinct. Physical core of the Matrix. The references the Gestalt's core architecture. Everyone understands what stands before them is merely a subterminal of the Gestalt, capable of functioning with the same capacity as the original. Alright. The researchers standing here today are very pioneers working to interconnect their matrices, forming a large computing power network capable of surpassing the Gestalt. Or perhaps they're merely tools. Sir Executive, these are all the Matrix modules we currently have. He nods in a comically exaggerated manner, bowing forward at a precise 45-degree angle, not daring to raise his head. If anyone were standing beneath him, they would certainly witness his remarkably complex expression, a mixture of smugness, reverence, and malice all at once. Oh, Gwynplaine. Before he can finish speaking, the seemingly elderly executive officer in front of him suddenly erupts into uproarious laughter. Despite the bellowing and rattling everyone's ears, the executive piercing cackle cuts through, making everyone within earshot visibly uncomfortable. Damn. Mr. Gwynplaine, may I ask? Horse stands awkwardly in place. Alright, Horse. The sincerely hope my laughter hasn't made any of you uncomfortable. No, how could we possibly? After all, this quirk has followed me into old age. I tend to break into laughter for no apparent reason. Horse maintains a respectful head-lowered posture, only after confirming from the corner of his eye that the executive officer stopped laughing does he cautiously speak again. The company entrusted you with the mission to inspect Sector 141, making you someone we owe big thanks to. We'd appreciate it if you could take a close look to our experimental progress this time. Afterward, we'd like to request your help in applying for more computing power. With additional computing power, those of us conducting research would have a bit more stability. Leeboot still has quite a few item matrices. Connecting you to other subterminals would be no more than a trivial effort. If you would consider... But even a single matrix already possesses computing power beyond our reach. After using so many resources without producing anything worthwhile in return, that simply won't do. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm already an old man, while Leibowitz's company is still in its prime. This old man might turn a blind eye, but the other executives, unlike me, won't tolerate such mediocrity. Yes, I understand. Well then, do any of these subjects catch your eyes promising? The chosen one and Vi. Those are their names, correct? The old man's eyes narrow as slits as beneath his lowered brows, he scrutinizes the rows of capsules arranged together. You two, place the chosen one and Vi capsules in the central core and prepare for simulation testing. Vi is just hatched. Simulation testing might have negative effects on this model. Stop wasting time. Just do as you're told. Straight a colleague who wanted to say more. The researcher standing to the side retrieves the chosen one and Vi capsules before Horse loses his temper. The massive central core emits a cold mechanical rumble as it swallows both capsules into its belly. Initiating process. Wait, what's wrong with the lighting system? Go check if there's an issue with the central controls. The lights go out for just a moment, then rapidly come back on, followed by high-frequency flickering. Oh shit. Alarms blare as piercing sirens wail throughout the entire laboratory. Director, is the Matrix going haywire? Haywire my ass. It's because of that capsule still connected to the output device. Disconnected now. Sudden disconnection will cause model overload. Vi's trauma response is too intense. The simulated pain signals exceed the critical threshold. Alright, everyone. Alright, everyone, calm down. Amidst the chaos, Gwynplaine catches the researcher's panicked hand. On everyone's bewildered stares, he begins to waltz, dancing to the piercing sound of the alarms. Leaping and spinning, the aged spherical sphere forms as a grotesque choreography under the pulsing lights, creating a disturbing tableau against the massive matrix core behind him. Ha 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 ha! Even a horse can hear the umbrella join that laughter, pleasure derived from the model's pain. The alarms grow more piercing, with them rise horse excitement, nearly making him jump for joy. It seems the fat aging executive is pleased with everything. As long as the inspection passes, quantum computing power for the other matrices will be done deal. Director, we need to pause the test. The models have been debugged before undergoing simulation testing. There's significant risk of data contamination. Forrester ignores the researcher's warning, instead focusing his gaze on the bizarre executive, who continues to prance about the sound of the alarm, laughing maniacally with each step. Our priority now is keeping the executive satisfied. As for these modes, we have plenty more where that came from. If one breaks down, we'll just use another. This is the only chance to secure that computing power. With that Vi model, we can only describe it as a miracle. It's an irreplaceable experimental specimen, not something we can just discard and replace. Mind your own business. Just keep your eyes on the data and do your job. Roger. Another researcher monitoring the data suddenly cries out in panic. 23. It's not going to make the sensitivity is dropping rapidly. Sensitivity measures the model's response intensity to trauma. The more stable the model, the stronger its reaction to stimuli. Conversely, it becomes weaker when unstable. In other words, these readings reflect the model's vitality. That old man still hasn't stopped if this continues. He wasn't concerned about the model being scary. Scotty only cared about whether the executive could finish stamp waltz before or whether its chances of passing the inspection would be slim. Alarm glows increasingly faint. The model is on the verge of collapse. Have the matrix reduced to pulse amplitude. Oh? That questioning glance from the executive. Horse blocks the researcher from touching the controls. What do we do now? 10%. 10%. The readings have stabilized. It's a moment of dramatic stabilization, as evidenced by the graph line that has been plummeting for leveling off. Pulse appears to be intercepted by something. What's happening? The chosen one signal waveform detected. The chosen one. That model's never responded to any simulation tests. The chosen one has intercepted a pulse meant for Vi. As a consequence, the chosen one sensitivity is starting to drop. 95.31%, 87%. Damn. 80%. You're just full of surprises today, aren't you, Horst? The only man finally stops his comical gestures, turning toward them with newfound interest. As you were sure. Now, about that inspection matter. There's just one more item left, right? The stress test. Yes, the final test is to make the model experience death. Damn. The researchers all gulp, one after another. It's not the word itself that frightens them, but the fact that both models are already operating beyond capacity. If the pulse is increased by another level, this will no longer be just a test. The models would face death in the truest sense. Damn. Do as he says. He grits his teeth, and between the potential miracle and the limits of their computing power, he chooses the latter. Following Horse's signal, the researcher steadies their trembling finger and reaches out to press the button that will initiate the final test. Please wait, sir. The door slams open the bang, causing the researcher to freeze in mid-motion. Jetavie shouldn't be here. Take Miss Jetavie back to rest. She's too tired today. As if already prepared for arrival, Horse calmly signals the two guards beside him to step forward. Oh. Jetavie, isn't that Yui Jetavie? Where does he get so worked up, Horse? To affirm her correctly, Miss Jetavie is developer of the Chosen One and Vi, isn't she? Why don't I let the developer share some of her own insights? Sir, that one has always been biased against model testing. If we allow her to interfere with the experiment, wouldn't your anticipated Danse Macabre be ruined then? Gwynplaine wags his finger, signaling Horse to be quiet, then turns toward Yui. Ignoring Horse's remarks, Yui, breathing heavily, bows quickly to researchers and Gwynplaine. Aw. Thank you for your open-mindedness, sir. I'll get straight to the point. She begins speaking slowly, her tone calm and composed, but her peripheral vision remains fixed on sensitivity curves displayed on a large screen. Vi, 92.3%, the Chosen One, 43.59%, both still rapidly decreasing. Well, can't you understand why the Chosen One, who has constantly shown no response to the testing, suddenly began reacting today? Why Vi's data stabilized around 10%? Her intuition tells her that if these two capsules aren't extracted from the central system soon, they will soon face death. Sir, Vi was just generated an hour ago from the samples of my consciousness, with none of its parameters having undergone calibration. It's still a prototype. Although the Chosen One has undergone some preparation, it still hasn't enough time for further iterations. Forcing the test under these conditions carries an 84.3% chance of data contamination. If contamination occurs, all data from both models will become unusable. Jetavie! Horse barks a command from afar. These two models may have been developed by you, but they are in fact company property. Don't let your personal research ambitions interfere with the normal progress of this experiment. Just only 23.2, 84.5. Irrepressible anxiety wakes up. Despite her anxiety, her mind as a researcher remains remarkably clear. Mr. Horst described, these two models do indeed belong to the company and are quite valuable. For that very reason, giving them room to develop would be far more valuable to the company than hastily discarding them in a rushed experiment. In the previous test, you should already witness how they display no more fear responses to painful stimuli, sir. I believe that confirming this fact has already served the purpose of the experiment. However, prolonged exposure to such extreme conditions would damage models, especially these two newly created ones. Speaking solely as a researcher, I respectfully request that you pause the experiment, sir. Given him sufficient time, it can deliver more complete results. Gwynplaine strokes his beard, his face concealed beneath the tall brim of his hat, his expression hidden in the shadow. Madam, are you aware that your presence has interrupted our enjoyment? That deep, sinister voice makes Horsehair suddenly stand on end. So you need not heed her opinion. We continue the experiment right now. Gwynplaine waves his hand, signaling him to be silent. Death is a proposition for every individual. A proposition every individual must face. If they cannot respond appropriately to such extreme situations, how could humans possibly trust such models? Choosing with 12%, 12.67%. Oh, damn. All right. Yui. It's calling her. Its voice unbearably weak. Her heart clenches involuntarily. This is voice only she can hear. The capsule still hasn't severed its remote conscious connection to her. Her mind races. Yes, that's absolutely right. Judging by the reactions from the external input devices, the flickering lights, triggering alarms, these two models only respond with fear to the painful stimuli, correct? Stop whistles and water droplets in the sewers. But humans survive in dangerous situations not only because of fear, but also because of the courage that springs forth from it. The cold touch of the cup in hand, the pain shooting through her calf. Oh? Hint of interest mingles with its gloomy voice. Yes, courage. These two models have just been created and still in their infancy. When facing danger, they can only instinctively respond with fear. If we hastily subject them to the responses, would be quite to death. I'm afraid the responses would be quite boring, predictable within everyone's expectations. If we give them a chance to grow, honorable executive, and they eventually awaken fully, they might show you something unexpected. Damn. Okay. Courage. Mulling over a word he hasn't heard in many years, Gwynplaine slightly narrows his eyes. Good, good. I never expected to hear such an interesting proposal from among these rigid tools. Mr. Levy, you have sufficient talent to be transferred to company headquarters. I can be your sponsor. However, the data obtained from the first model's death experience has also considerable experimental value for us. He tips his top hat slightly, a blood-red smile splitting his white beard. Oh god, really? Of course you can choose to extract them now, but the data collection would terminate at that point. If you really do that, I would have to reconsider my earlier proposal. Oh, fun, creepy. Oh, that's creepy and fun. Oh, boy. In other words, whether I recommend transferring you to headquarters or proof expanding computing power on Matrix 141, both will have to be discussed at a later date. After all, I'll need a complete set of data to verify what you just mentioned about the feasibility of awakening. Darn it, this old bastard. Thank you for your understanding and goodwill, sir. By 1.515 someone, chosen 7.89. Wait, you aren't concerned about the computing power for the Matrix 141 anymore, don't you? Just want to visit headquarters? Ignore her horse. I'll cry. She walks briskly and directly toward the Matrix core. Terminate extract. Damn it! Damn. She carries out both capsules, ignoring her horse's frantic shouts as he quickly walks away. Bringing her ears, a deafening sound that fills her mind, drowning out all other noise. The last of her resolve carries her back to the laboratory, where she falls to her knees. Her body once again drained of strength. Don't worry, I'll protect you both. Oh shit, okay. A bizarre dreamscape about 1 hour earlier. Where are we? Your intuition alone is enough to determine that this is not a friendly place. If we want to compare it to a dream, it would definitely fall into nightmare category. True. Why are you in this dream? What you're supposed to do, even who you are? There are no answers to any of these questions. Screech! Terrifying monsters aren't coming this way. They're in a corner on the other side, surrounding a shivering light. Agonized whimpering. Aww. 1 slash, 2 slashes, 3 slashes. Weapons raised high and brought down with savage force. Damn. Agonized whimpering. This brutal cycle repeats itself over and over. The already weak, like grows increasingly dim, like a frightened small animal desperately trying to flee. But those blades of slaughter come down on it again and again. Finally, it can run no more. The butcher's corner in another nook raise their bloody blades high and come crashing down. Red foam like sparkles of light splash outward. It trembles, shaking uncontrollably. When anyone help, it's just a child. Oh, child! A strange thought suddenly grips her heart. In this place, only it and you would exist. Weak whimpering. Aww. Damn. Sheltering it behind you. And the instinct next blade strains forward. A compassion in your heart compels you to step forward. Yet as you try to reach out, you discover your arms are soft and delicate as the infant's. Are you truly such a fragile being in this dream? Monsters notice your presence, and the weapons swing towards you one after another. With a small, powerless body, you can neither escape nor parry. You can only watch helplessly as sharp blades slice into your flesh. Damn. They slice into your chest, into your neck, mangling flesh and blood beyond recognition. Chopping and chopping in endless repetition. Your heart and bones split apart, tendons of flesh stripped away piece by piece. Dragging you through excruciating agony, yet you cannot die immediately. Your body regenerates only to receive the baptism of blades once more. Damn. Should you dodge? If you just step aside, it would be exposed to them again, and you would be saved from this pain. Damn. Stay put. Despite being covered in wounds, you persist to stay in guard before it, as if sensing your helplessness, it embraces you tightly from behind. Aww. Life ebbs from the two of you as wounds appear. Your regeneration cannot keep pace with the monster strikes, and both of you gradually turn transparent. Consciousness grows hazy, numbing even the sensation of pain. Through your blurred vision, you see it turn the table, sheltering you behind itself. The countless blades converge into a massive guillotine, wider than the dream itself, inescapable, hanging high above both your heads. It falls, only shatters suddenly an instant before striking your bodies. Oh shit, okay. Oh damn. A pair of hands appears, gently cradling both of you in its palms. Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you both. Oh shit, okay. Oh, is that Yui? Oh wait, that's meant to be Yui, I'm pretty sure. Warm artificial light cascades silently over dense packed formulas. In the vast laboratory, only crisp, rapid tapping of keyboard keys breaks the silence. All 324 adversarial samples have been located. Even after removing them from the extreme testing environment, the data still might retain irreversible contamination that propagates and amplifies through each layer of the neural network. I've thoroughly checked every layer from input through hidden to output 5-fold times. All detectable noise has been eliminated. Another hour has passed and still no response from either conscious capsule. These models are as complex as the human brain, have done everything technically possible. The rest is up to them now. Damn. Take a deep breath. She purges frustration and anxiety from her mind. She can't transmit negative emotions through remote connection. It's meant to support stability, not undermine it. She cradles the capsule in her arms. With the data contamination still present, she can almost hear their agonized cries. Still no response. Why isn't it working? Her mind grows agitated again. Instinctively, she searches through her fragmented memories for ways to comfort these children. Right. It's okay now. Everything's okay. She specifically mimics what she remembers of her mother's gestures, gently patting the surface of the capsule. Time stretches on as she continues. Aw. Yui. Weak and faint, but undeniably there. The sensitivity curve on the monitor screen slowly rises. It's Vi's voice. I'm here. Thank goodness it's still alive. She looks up quickly, addressing the woman who was organizing reports. Roto, Vi's consciousness has awakened. We can move on to the next phase of restoration. Get me more neural laxants to glucose. Activate neural interfaces 137 through 198 for the remote connection and increase the power by another 20%. She places the capsule in her lap, freeing her hands to identify the newly detected contamination points. Yui, don't. Vi's call comes again. It's saying, don't go? I'm right here. I won't leave. She frees her left hand to pat the capsule shell, reinforcing her promise to stay. Aw. Yui, don't. The calls continue without stopping, one after another, like mumbling in a dream. Aw. She involuntarily stops typing, leans down, and gently places her ear against the capsule. What's it trying to say? Yui, don't cry. Huh? A childlike voice instantly shatters her composure. Aw. Her vision blurs as something hot and wet streams down her cheeks. Oh shit, aw. She embraces the capsule with all her might, holding it tight, so tight against her chest. As if embracing her broken form herself. Aw. Director, these test subjects have reached their limit if this continues. Shut up, do as I say! Can you imagine the computing power expansion was in their grasp? If only that woman hadn't ruined everything. If Alan failed to produce anything worthwhile, would we be suffering under the executive officer's watchful eye like this? But director, these people volunteer for experiments in exchange for sanctuary in City 141. If they die, wouldn't that... Forget about all that. I'll take full responsibility if anything happens. Just hurry up and collect the samples. Oh, shit. Of course he's a bad guy. Of course. Oh, he's fun, isn't he? But yeah, definitely very interesting chapters so far. Very interesting to see that Yui's past and just, I guess, how I'm guessing the Chosen One and Six were both created. Very, very interesting stuff so far, man. I'm really, really enjoying it, dude. But yeah, the music's been great, and just yeah, screw Leibowitz Company, man. Especially Horst. Horst can go off a cliff in Minecraft for all I care. And like, Yui's parents are horrible people, man. Jesus. I feel really bad for Yui, man. I hope that Yui is able to be better as well. I'm glad that she was able to, that her Koa facade was able to be broken by Vi, I'm assuming. And just, yeah, I can't wait to see what's next with the rest of this. But yeah, I think with that said, that's what I really got to say. So yeah, probably gonna cut and stream here early for today because my back isn't really feeling all too great as mentioned. But yeah, I think with that said, that's what I really got to say. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please drop a like on the stream. Before that, also I will be streaming again on Monday at 7 p.m. EST. We will be playing the new WUA 3.0 patch. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. Can't wait for it. But yeah. And also be posting my stream schedule for next week tomorrow as well. And also, if you haven't checked that out yet, be sure to check out my cover of Bury the Light from Devil May Cry 5 on YouTube right now. It's my latest video, so yeah, be sure to check it out if you want to. But yeah, it's currently my cover of Bury the Light from Devil May Cry 5. So yeah, be sure to check that one out if you have time and if you want to. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please drop a like on the stream. And also, if you want to see more, be sure to drop a subscribe and a follow and all that good stuff. And also, be sure to leave a comment down in the comments below to let me know what you thought of the stream. Let me know what you thought of the stream. And also, yeah, thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Remember, stay humble, be kind to people. See you guys later.